know, I was at an event recently and someone asked me, why do you protect people? Why do you put yourself essentially in harm's way for people that you don't even know for a living? Essentially, the question was, you've gone through Iraq, you've done all these things. Like, why continue to put yourself in harm's way? Like, why do you do it? And I wanted to give him just a quick answer, but for whatever reason, I went kind of deep and I really started to think, I love my family. I love my life. Why do it? And, because the reality is every time you tie your shoes and go to work in this job, whether you're aware of it or not, you're writing a blank check that you might have to cash. It's the same for law enforcement professionals. Obviously, they have a much higher probability of having to go the distance, but with executive protection, what is really dangerous about it is that for most professionals, things are quiet for a really long time. And just because something hasn't happened, you can think you're really good at this. You can think, because you've been on a client for 5 years, 7 years, and there's been no incident, you can start to think that it's about you, you're the reason because you're so good, when in all actuality, it's just that you haven't been tested yet. There are a lot of professionals out there that don't take this job seriously, but I'm not one of them. And if you followed me for any period of time, my brands, there's more than just a job out here, man. It really is a lifestyle. And so I dug deep for this question, the answer to this question of why do I do this? There are other things I could do, there are other businesses I could run, but is there, I don't know. The answer that I found was both so troubling and so satisfying at the same time. The answer that I found was that why? It's not because of the money. It's not because the travel. I'm tired of that in a lot of cases. I get excited about specific missions to support people doing good things in the world for humanity. That's motivating to me nowadays. But the real reason why I do what I do, protecting people, places, and things, is because it's just who I am. And I think for the best agents out there, the reality is it's just who we are. It's just what we were created to do. We're just being who we were created to be. And for this brand of warrior, there's really no other way. There's nothing else you're gonna do that will give you that same feeling of standing there, on that stage, behind that VIP, even in the grocery store with your client. There's nothing else that gives you that feeling, or training, a hardcore training session, and then going to work that night knowing that you're ready. You know what I mean? You're ready, I wish I could articulate it better than that. I wish I had a beautiful answer for the guy because, but when the reality of the situation is, those of you, I know there's some real ones out there who will understand it, because so many of us are truly protectors by nature and by trade in this game. There are a few protectors by nature and by trade still left in this game. And to you guys, the truth. Executive protection, close protection, bodyguard work is more than just a job. It really is a lifestyle. I'll see y'all out there. Boom.